you come, you win the top 8, because top 8 is 3 games, remember? And then you win it, then you've turned the corner. And then the next thing, you don't even qualify for the same top 8 that you won. And Nedbank is how many games? 4 games? And you can play 3 first division teams by luck over the draw. And then you're in the final and then you win it. I think the only thing that charges you as a team is the league. It's the league. So how
Thank you for joining once again. I do go by the name of Oscar Football, where I discuss anything to do with football from Africa to the world and from the world to Africa. Yes, I know it's been a while. There have been some glitches on my side, politics and other challenges, but I am back, and I'm back with a vengeance. Well, if you're seeing this space and this content for the very first time, stay on. See if anything will be getting is of any value. If it is, do hit that like button, subscribe, encourage the brother, and do engage in the comments below on the subject being discussed. And the topic on this installment we're discussing is everything to do with the Pitso Mosimane. His next move, why the Kaizer Chiefs deal or him coaching Kaizer Chiefs didn't actually materialize. Why South African players are not in the Gulf. I mean, at this point in time, we only have a Tulani Serrero. I think he's still in UAE. The move of Ikram Reyners in January failed at the last hour. What happened? I mean, the boy today would have been smiling to the bank every month playing in the Saudi Professional League. And he also gives us his best leagues, and he maintains that if the offers are not coming from those 5 leagues, he is okay in staying in the Gulf or maybe just coaching in Africa. Well, without wasting any time, let's go to the very first point. His move to Kaizer Chiefs. At this point, it is clear that Kaizer Chiefs they're just waiting for Nazarene Nabi to play, I think, the cup final in Morocco this upcoming weekend, and then thereafter Kaizer Chiefs will probably make it official on all on their pages, Twitter and then website. So they're just waiting for the last game, but it appears as if it is clear that the Tunisian will be the head coach of Amakose. But what happened actually with Pitso not being offered a concrete offer to coach at Kaizer Chiefs? Obviously, it's got nothing to do with his qualities. We know with Pitso Mosimane that he loves new challenges. He loves projects that are like the one that Kaizer Chiefs is facing. It's got nothing to do with the lack of quality and top class coaching. He's a top coach. He's proven throughout his career that he's a top coach, and he can actually change things around at Naturena. But I think it's got everything to do with money and actually paying those amount of money to I don't know, a black South African coach. And I mean, Pitso's last contract in South Africa, well, these things are being disclosed in the courts of law. What's happening between him and Mamelodi Sundowns. His last contract at Mamelodi Sundowns, the coach was earning over 1.5 monthly. That's excluding bonuses. He was getting a 10%, or if he wins a cup. So if, let's say, he wins CAF and CAF pays 30 million rands, it would mean that 10% will go to Pitso, which is like 3 million. 3 million. Straight to him. So he had a very good contract. That's before he signed a new contract with Mamelodi Sundowns. So I think it's got everything to do with money. And he also travels with about 6 of technical members. And yes, he does maintain that there was nothing placed on the table, as much as there were talks between him and the family, Bobby, Junior, Jessica, but nothing was actually placed on the table. I also maintain, I believe that it's got everything. It's got everything to do with money, and I doubt that Nabi will be paid the figures that Pitso Mosimane would be demanding. I mean, Pitso Mosimane, he deserves whatever he demands. I mean, he's won CAF Champions League, he's won leagues, he's promoted teams in the Gulf, so he's been to the Club World Cup. So the guy is he deserves whatever he demands, and I believe that is the reason why he is not going to Kaizer Chiefs. And what are his next move? He did make it clear to Andy Lengube that if offers are not coming from these 5 leagues, that is the English Premier League, England, Bundesliga, Germany, Ligue 1, France, La Liga, Spain, and Italy, Serie A. If offers are not coming from these 5 countries, 5 leagues, he is okay in staying in the Gulf. He's coaching UAE, I think in Dubai. He's coached in Saudi Arabia. At this point in time, there's something concrete coming from the Qataris, and he maintains that he is okay staying in the Gulf unless there's an offer coming from those 5 leagues, which he is of the opinion that those 5 countries or 5 leagues are the best on earth. He didn't mention Holland, he didn't mention Serbia, he didn't mention Russia. He wants to stay in the Gulf, and there are offers coming from. So it is clear that he will be going back to the Gulf unless obviously there's a North African side that can pay the salaries. They can match the salaries of the Middle East, which geographically you can actually say they are part of the Middle East. Your Egypt, your Tunisia, your Morocco. I won't count Libya because their league is not as strong. But yeah, that's where Pitso is heading, unless we see a shocker from the South African League, Orlando Pirates or Sundowns, which is highly unlikely will happen. Or Cape Town City, they bring Pitso back to this league. And why our South African players are not in the Gulf? Well, before I even give an answer to that or what he said, someone he wanted to sign in Jan, but the move failed in the very last hour, was Ikram Reyners of Stellenbosch. All parties had agreed. The only challenge was with Stellenbosch replacing their top man, striker. And Pitso is clear that had he signed Ikram Reyners would come back with at least a minimum of 50 million rands in the bank. And that's what he likes about the Saudis or these Gulf leagues, whether it's even in Iran, Ayanda Patos, I think is playing. They pay good money. In majority of these leagues or these countries, it's tax free. So the move failed at the last minute, but I suspect that if he goes back to the Gulf, I think he's going to go back for Ikram Reyners. Because he said if he continues scoring like he did against Zimbabwe in the World Cup qualifier, offers will be coming. People will be knocking on doors to get these players. And he is clear that all of these Bafana players can actually go play in the Gulf, and they can have a good retirement money. And the Saudi league is competitive. He maintains that the Saudi league is more competitive than the DStv Premier League. I mean, we do have African players who are playing there. Some of them are in Zimbabwe. Casey, who plays former player of AC Milan, at the Ivorian. We've got players from Zambia in the Gulf. So the Gulf, it's becoming more competitive, and the Champions League is tough as well. And the money is sweet. The money is good. So I'm hoping that if he goes back to the Gulf, he'll come back for your Mutau, your Mukwena, your Reyners, all the players who are deserving to earn big bucks. big bucks. We don't want to have players who retire and 2 years or 3 years after retirement, they are crying poverty that they didn't save enough money for retirement. So if there's a chance and there's an interest coming from those countries, why not go there? A guy who coached in the league, Kerr, just forgot his name now. He coached Swallows. He coached at Black Leopards. The guy has tattoos everywhere. He maintains that it is too late for players like Khuliso Mudau, Teboho Mokoena, and Ronald Williams to go to Europe. Players under 25 years, but anyone after that, it's too late for them. But Pitso says the door is open for players to go to the Gulf. Even if you're 29 or 30, you can still have a very good contract, 3-year contract, a 2-year contract that will pay big bucks. Someone who's still in the Gulf and is coining it, but is still maintaining the competitiveness we've all known him to have is Tulani Serrero. Played, I think, over 10 years in Europe, moved to I think Dubai, UAE. He's been there for, I think it's his 6th year or 5th year now, and he is not even thinking of coming back to South Africa. The boy is just securing enough a bank for the future, and that is what Pitso is at this point in time. He's unlikely to come back to South Africa unless maybe there's a national team offer, which there was from the Super Eagles. But again, it was just talks between some federation members, JJ Akocha, but there was nothing concrete placed on the table for him. Because for him, if it's not on the table, it will not be taken seriously. And I'm hoping that Pitso goes back, whether Europe or the Gulf, and he takes some of these South African players to go and and then experience different environments, make more money, which we all want for our players. Well, that is it with this installment, and do engage in the comments below. What do you think? Where do you think Pitso will go, and what are your honest reasons why maybe Pitso could not? I maintain that it's a money issue. I don't know what you think. Why he did not make it? He was not the offer at Kaizer Chiefs did not materialize. Well, and I do go by the name of Askansin's Football. I discuss anything to do with football from Africa to the world and from the world to Africa. Engage on the comments and don't forget to like this video.